Hi, welcome to ADM630. I'm Dr. Burke, your instructor for the course, and in this video I just want to provide an overview of the course and help get things kick-started for our semester. So in this video, a brief welcome, a course overview section, a little bit about the assignments, and then we'll wrap up with some general expectations for the course. So first, welcome. I'm so excited that you've chosen to enroll in this course. I recognize it probably wasn't a big choice. It's required for your program, but still, I'm excited that you're here and I'm excited to learn with you as we go through ADM 630 methods of research. And I just want to make sure that I provide every opportunity I can for you to get in touch with me or find me. So if you find yourself on the Murray State main campus in Murray, I am in Alexander Hall and my office is located in 3243. You can always get me by email. That's probably the best way to get in touch with me. You can give me a call, or if you are a Twitter user, you can definitely follow me or send me a message at the handle listed on the screen. And for this semester's office hours, please refer to Canvas. So, what's this course all about? I want to go over a little bit about what's in Canvas and talk about the readings and multimedia that are available and used in every module in the course. So what this course is all about, it's really about developing tools to better understand research, to become better consumers of research, and then through the process of understanding research and becoming better consumers of research, being able to apply research in professional settings. That's it. That's what this course is all about. This is not a course about statistics. It's not a course about learning formulas, memorizing formulas, doing complex calculations, or anything like that. This is about giving you the tools that you need to actually be a better graduate student. If you're taking this course at the beginning of your program, this sets the stage for you to really make better sense of the things that you're going to be reading in all of your graduate courses. If you're taking this course toward the end of your program, you're probably going to have this revelation along these lines at some point this semester. Wow, I really wish I would have taken this class my first semester. I don't say that out of being pompous or think, wow, I'm like the best professor ever. This is feedback that I've gotten from students over the last few years, is I've heard repeatedly either, wow, I'm really glad I took this my first semester, or, oh my gosh, why didn't anybody tell me to take this class earlier in my program? Because this course really lays the groundwork, like I said, for being able to better understand the readings that you're going to be assigned and the things that you're going to find when you're writing your papers. And so to get there, we're going to talk about the assignments in this course, but to get there, it's not just about reading stuff in a textbook and some other readings, although that's part of it, of course, but it's about learning to become a better writer yourself, because when you better understand research, you have a better tool set, and I'm going to use these terms tools and tool set throughout this semester. You can have a better tool set to go about discerning what's actually useful. When you do a literature search through the library's database, how do you sift through all the stuff that's out there? What differentiates a really good research study from one that just happened to get published? Well, through ADM 630, you're going to get what you need to figure all that out. So, as part of the course overview, I want to show you a little bit of what you're going to see on Canvas. And so when you log into Canvas and select ADM 630, you're going to see this. And the Getting Started module is just what it sounds like. It's where you get started. And you have to complete the pieces in this module in order to actually begin the course and begin the content in the course. So you see something here that says complete all items. Well, that means as you click on each of these, so I'll click so you can see, you're going to scroll through and you're going to read all this stuff, and then you can click next, and it's actually off screen for you, and it'll take you to the next piece. And you go through, and I'm not going to download it here, but please download the syllabus. This is a PDF. Please read it. As you have questions, shoot me an email. I'll also show you in a moment, there's a discussion forum, but that's just for general questions. And so please feel free to ask any general questions that you have. Same thing, take a look at the schedule. The schedule should match what's on Canvas. However, if something changes or I need to make a change in a reading, we have some sort of university closure because of weather or something else going on, I'm probably going to address it directly in Canvas, and I may not update the schedule, but I will try to make sure that I keep this schedule updated. So as you go through, and you'll clear out each of those pages, which are parts of those modules. Then when you get home, or click on the home again, you'll see there are check marks on those content pages where you've gone through. And so I mentioned the general questions form, and I do want you to click on this as you go through getting started, because clicking on it and reading this is what gives you that green check mark so that you can go on to the course content. The general questions forum is a discussion forum where you're just going to, if you've got a question about an assignment or you're having trouble accessing a reading, say, hey, there's this link and it doesn't go to anything. Or it's asking me for a login, or it's telling me I have to pay $11.95 US to download this article. One, don't click on anything that says you have to pay for anything in this course. Every reading that I've pulled and put into the course should be freely accessible. In fact, there's very little where it's going to take you to another website. Almost everything in the course, I've downloaded the PDF and put it into Canvas for you, so you don't have to go through all the rigmarole of trying to figure out how to get access to something. It's not always straightforward. But anyway, the general questions forum is for asking a question about that type of issue, or if you've got a question about an assignment. And that question might be, hey, I noticed on this one assignment you said it's supposed to be between 2 and 3 pages, but on this next assignment there's no page length noted. Ask that question. That's something I would raise my hand in class and ask that kind of question. Or I just blurt it out. I was never really good at following the raise your hand rules. So if you would raise your hand or blurt out a question, the general questions forum is the place for those kind of questions. But if you've got something specific, like, hey, I'm thinking about this topic, and I've done a little bit of searching in the library database, and I'm not finding anything. What do you think? Shoot me an email with that question. That's probably one that's better handled one-on-one. If you're unsure, like, yeah, I don't know, I don't want to seem like a goober by asking this question in front of the whole class. Maybe I'll just ask Dr. Burke. Shoot me an email. If I think the answer is something that your classmates could benefit from, I'm going to post an announcement or post something in the general questions forum so that everybody can see it. But don't worry, I'm not going to say, hey, Rachel asked me this question, so here's the answer. I'm just going to say, hey, I've been getting this question, here's a response to it. So use this to ask those kind of questions. And please, and I want to make sure that you're completely clear. Ask any question. There's no question that's too silly. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Ask questions. I want you to be successful in this course, and I want you to learn. Those are my 2 goals for you. Success and learning. Actually, the learning comes first for me. Because if you're learning, as you go through the course, you're more likely to be successful. So ask questions. If anything's unclear, ask me. You're not imposing on me. My job is to help you. So don't ever feel like you are burdening me in any way. I get a lot of students who start off an email with, I'm so sorry to bother you. And my response to that is always, don't ever be sorry for asking your professor a question. That is what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. So please ask me questions. So there you can see my office hours for the current semester. Then as you go in, you see we've got, in week 1, there's a discussion forum for introductions. So go into that, respond to the prompts, introduce yourself to the class. And then there's a little pretest. I'm curious to see what your comfort level is with the idea of this kind of class. And then beginning with week 2 is when we'll start getting into the regular content for the class. So when you click on a reading assignment, you'll see that there's a chapter from a book and it's got the author's name and then the chapter. If it's not highlighted, Dane is the author of our textbook, and I'm going to show you a screenshot of the cover of that book just to make sure we all know what's being used in this class. And then if it's something that I'm providing, there will be a link to it, and it's going to be a PDF. So that's what we've got for Canvas. And so again, the textbook is called Evaluating Research Methodology for People Who Need to Read Research by Francis Dane. And it's the second edition. Make sure you have the second edition of this textbook. As I mentioned and showed you, there are other readings that are linked in Canvas. Everything will be a PDF. There might be one or two things, could be HTML websites, but really look for PDFs. And again, if I send you to a website and it looks funny, or it's asking you to pay something, don't go any farther. Either post something in the general questions forum, call me, send me an email, tweet at me, whatever you want to do. And then we don't have any assigned readings from the APA publication manual, but you need to have the APA manual 6th edition. This is published in 2010. If you don't have it, buy it. It's about $25 or $30, and it's something that you'll need in all of your graduate courses, particularly if you're a student in the College of Education and Human Services. This is what we use for formatting our papers that we write in graduate school. It's something I use on a daily basis in my own writing as a scholar. Please make sure that you have it. There are other sources where you can get some of the information. The Purdue OWL, which is Purdue University's Writing Center, is a very popular resource. I will tell you there are errors on the Purdue OWL. I'm not going to tell you which the errors are, but there are errors. I have found errors on APA guidance in a number of different Writing Center websites around the country. And some of them I like a lot. I like Purdue's. I like the Writing Center website from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I like the one from Penn. But there's errors in them. They're minor, but they're still errors. The best source is the APA manual. I'm going to create a discussion or an announcement with some of these resources that I like for APA help. One of them is actually a blog from the folks at APA themselves. It can be a little bit cumbersome, but the information is really coming from the horse's mouth. And also, I'll reiterate this. If you have questions about APA, please ask. And so in addition to readings, there are going to be some multimedia pieces. You'll see some short videos from me, and there'll be some short videos from Dr. Justin Brogan, who is one of our counseling faculty. He and I are divvying up some of the responsibilities for pieces within this course as we've actually retooled some of ADM630. So if you've talked to friends who have taken the class in the past and you've talked about assignments, as you compare notes with them, you're going to notice that things are different in the course. So not only is the textbook different compared to the last semester, the assignments are different. So we've been working to revamp the course and really get back to what the course is supposed to be about, which is the idea of evaluating and becoming better consumers of research. And so in addition to videos from Dr. Brogan and I, you're also going to find some YouTube videos or things along those lines. My philosophy is if there's some content that I think really makes a clear point about the concepts for a week, why do I need to create a little lecture video summarizing the readings? That's not what you need. So I want to make sure that you get multimedia content that really helps drive the points home for each module in the course, and not just provide a recap of the readings, because you're a graduate student and the whole point is for you to do the reading, come to your own conclusions, develop your own understandings, and then engage in discussions with classmates and go from there. So speaking of discussions with classmates, we're going to have some discussion forums in this class to help have some of these collective experiences as we learn more about being consumers of research and understanding research. One of the assignments is to go through IRB training, and IRB stands for Institutional Review Board. This is the group that evaluates research proposals in terms of protections of human participants in research and looking out for some ethical concerns. So you'll go through that, and it's a really good exercise in learning a lot more about ethics in research. Then the big piece in this course is the literature review paper. And this assignment is divided up into multiple pieces over the course of the semester, and each piece builds on the previous one. And so as we go through, there's a write-up for each section. Depending on the types of questions that I get, I'll have some videos that kind of dive a little bit beyond what is offered in the write-up. And I want to make sure that you have everything that you need to be successful in the course and to learn as you go through the course. And then there could be some other assignments where either you're provided with published journal articles or you choose journal articles and go through a couple of different exercises with them. So one of them is writing article abstracts. So I'll provide those articles, and then you go through the steps of basically writing an article abstract. The other is critiquing articles. Not everything that's published is amazing. Now, if it's written by me, surely it's amazing. But as I said a few minutes ago, there's a lot of stuff out there that just happens to get published. And so part of this is, again, we want you to be good consumers of research, and being a good consumer also means being able to critique research. And so we've got a couple of assignments in regards to critiquing articles and writing that up. While this is not a course about statistics, there is some value in having a little bit of experience in analyzing quantitative data. So there's going to be a brief quantitative analysis exercise. You don't have to buy any sort of stats software or learn software that's arduous. We're going to provide you what you need, either myself or Dr. Brogan, with figuring out how to do some basic quantitative analysis steps in Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel. And we're going to provide all the framework that you need to be able to complete that exercise and be successful. And then also in the course are some quizzes on the readings, on the multimedia content. One, to help make sure that as you're going through the course, you're not just skipping ahead to the assignments and trying to get those done. Because I'll tell you from the experience of having taught this class several times, students who take the time to do the readings, watch the videos, and really engage in the content perform much better on all the assignments. And students who tend to perform at a lower level in terms of grades on the assignments, I find out after talking to them later that they didn't bother with doing the readings, they didn't watch the videos. And so the quizzes help provide some checkpoints to help make sure that you're following through on keeping up with all those pieces. Unfortunately, I do have to take a moment to say something about the academic honesty policy. Unfortunately, I've had experiences over the years of students engaging in one or more forms of violations of academic honesty. And that's been either on cheating, fabrication, falsification, multiple submission, or plagiarism. The biggest issue that I see is with plagiarism. And plagiarism is the act of not giving somebody credit for their work. So this is taking words directly from a website or a published article and not providing any citation that you're drawing that work from someone else. If you're ever unsure if you need to cite something, ask me. I'm going to repeat that. If you're ever unsure if you need to cite something, ask me. A suspected violation of the academic honesty policy is a pretty big deal. The consequences could include having a grade of a 0 for that assignment, or possibly an E in the course, depending on the assignment, or if there's been a prior suspected violation. I take this very seriously. I know people might think that plagiarism is a victimless crime. I know people who've had their works plagiarized, and then as time goes on, people start to question the original work because somebody plagiarized it and then they got published. And even though we can look at the dates and see that one came first, it ends up becoming this weird, well, did that person really get theirs? Is that their original work? Um, and so it's not only cheating you and your integrity and your commitment to your own learning, but it's cheating the original author of a work. So please, if you're unsure, ask, because I will ask questions if something does not seem right to me. And then just kind of overall for the course, again, communicate with me. Communicate in a timely manner with me. I want you to pay special attention on the syllabus. There's a little box around a piece about late assignments. I understand that life happens. I've had life happen in my times as a student in each of my degrees. But unfortunately, the world still goes on around us when life happens. So in the event that life happens and you're not able to submit an assignment on time, take a look at that box on the syllabus. Don't wait until life happens. Look at it now. Ask questions about that policy. I want you, again. I want you to be successful. I want you to be committed to your learning. I'm here. I'm committed to your learning too. But we have to be partners in this and be committed together. So as we go through the course, I'm going to be providing feedback on the assignments. There's some assignments that build on each other, as in the case of the literature review. There are other assignments where there are multiple instances of a type of assignment. Address the feedback that you get on one assignment and apply it to the next assignment, whether it's for a specific type of assignment or just general writing type of stuff. Again, ask questions and please have fun. I want this class to be fun. I don't want it to be this feeling of, oh gosh, I've got to take a research class. I want you to have a good time. I think that the discussion forums are fun. I've got some ideas in mind for those to make it a little bit more engaging, make it a little bit more lively. So this is actually probably going to be the longest video that you'll have in the class, but I want to make sure that I provided a good overview of the class and got everything that I could wrapped up into one somewhat shortish video. So have a great semester, and I look forward to getting to know each of you.